Pipe Network presents.
Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This is the LTG Show Podcast.
If you want to learn something new or useless about the world around you, why don't you try listening to the Banyu Podcast Reflushed on Spotify, Anchor, or any podcast app that you use.
Hey folks, my name is Rajiv Doreswamy and I'm the host of The Rajiv Show. Check out The Rajiv Show at The Rajiv Show both on Facebook and Instagram, and new episodes will be released every Wednesdays. Cheers folks, and stay safe.
Hey, welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. And this is the MTG Show Podcast, a wrestling podcast, a Pipe Network podcast. So, in this episode, actually, extension na to nung episode natin last Tuesday. So, last Tuesday, we discussed a bunch of things na mangyayari na o nangyari na kahapon at ngayon kung kailan ko to i-release tong episode na to. Or kung Friday ng gabi ka nakinig, napanood mo na siguro to. Napanood mo na yung Takeover, Stand and Deliver. But the review for the event will be released maybe 2 weeks or a week after WrestleMania. Ganun ang magiging possible scenario natin for this week kasi sobrang lala, and we're going to do 2 parts for this WrestleMania season. Bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating episode, syempre my Shopee links is still available if you want to shop, since ECQ pa din here in NCR Plus and bawal kayo lumabas of course. Please use my links kay tapos na po ang 4-4 at malapit na ang 5-5 on May 5, 2021. Please use my links. So that's tinyurl.com/tmtgspx X sa Shopee PH2. Again, that's tinyurl.com/tmtgspx Shopee PH2. Ayan. Nagtataka kayo para natitipsy ako. Hindi ako natitipsy. Nakainom ako pero hindi ako. For this episode. So, first time ko mag-record, I guess, na nakainom o natitipsy ka na. Natitipsy ako ngayon kasi hindi ako nakainom ako. But, natitipsy ako because sobrang sakit ng ulo ko. I don't know why. Kaya ako minom ako. Cheers. So, for this episode, of course, we're going to discuss WrestleMania and my WrestleMania list. Kasi I did a bunch of top questions earlier in the year, starting January until today. Meron akong bunch of list doong top questions na yon. Syempre, I'm going to answer not almost everything. Sa mini-note lang ako dito nung ilang segments o ilang parts nung segment na yon. Syempre, andito na lang sa episode na to. Pinag-isa ko na lang. And since gusto ko humaba ng konti yung episode, that's why I did this type of stuff. Parang humaba man lang na at least 20 or 30 minutes tong episode na to. And then, pagkatapos nun, we're going to discuss all of the cards of WrestleMania since napakahaba na itong WrestleMania to. We have almost 14 matches so far. Matadagdagan pa siya pag na-discuss na yung SmackDown WrestleMania And of course, baka nga madagdagan pa last minute, Saturday and Sunday. So, ganun. On this, of course, wait lang. We're going to talk about my top muna. So, bago natin maisingit yung WrestleMania 37, gusto ko rin muna mag-shoutouts to WWE Southeast Asia. I wanna say thank you kasi nabigay na nila yung t-shirt from their last giveaway on Twitter. Ayan, I wanna say thank you to WWE Southeast Asia. I got the Undertaker shirt. I think that's a collaboration with WWE and Cotton On. If you know Cotton On, meron na rin siyang stores here in the Philippines. Malalaman nyo yan pag meron na siguro, pag nag-endorse na sila, nag-tease na sila. Maybe magkakaroon din tayo dito sa Philippines ng WWE X Cotton On shirts na possible naman mangyari, of course, kasi dito tayo Philippines, Southeast Asia. So, yan. So, we're going to talk about my top WrestleMania moments. So, maraming WrestleMania moments nangyari, of course. Marami ding nagustuhan, marami din akong nagdismaya, syempre. And madami din akong, syempre, gusto ko i-tackle about this top WrestleMania moments. So, I'm going to start my top WrestleMania moments with, actually, I'm going to pick 2 or 3. So, I'm going to pick my top 3 WrestleMania moments. So, I'm going to start with number 3. So, para sa akin, yung pinakamalaking WrestleMania moment na nagustuhan ko, I think, is the double turn at WrestleMania 17 or X7. Sobrang laking impact ng double turn na yun for me. Kasi as a wrestling fan, syempre, hindi lang dapat happy or sad endings yung nakikita natin sa WrestleMania. And itong ending nyo to, on that WrestleMania, ito yung para sa akin top tier in terms of upset fans na nanood ng WrestleMania. Syempre, plot twist pa din na nag-turn nga si Austin and si Rock on this night, on this championship match. And syempre, top tier sa akin din yung pagpasok ni Vince McMahon na nag-turn din, I think, as a villain earlier in the year kasi nagkaroon nga ng ng invasion storyline on that year din. So, basta yun na yan. Yung double turn na yun, sobrang suwabe ng turn na yun. And what a match, what a moment na nakita natin on that WrestleMania 17. So, I think that's my WrestleMania moment. Number 3. So, my top WrestleMania moment up number 2 is, of course, I think I'm going to give it to Kofi. Yung WrestleMania 35, para sa akin, 11 years kasi, man. 11 years, imagine mo yun, na nag-earn si Kofi ng kanyang shot for the championship. And lahat siguro ng paghihirap niya sa wrestling sa WWE ay nagbunga because of that WrestleMania moment. So that's why I love that WrestleMania moment. And also, kung paano nila binild yung story and kung paano nila na-build yung match at WrestleMania, sobrang superb sa akin nun. Kaya that's why I chose this WrestleMania as my top 2. So, my top 1 WrestleMania moment, of course, madali lang i-pick to eh. Actually, I'm going to give my honorable mentions muna. So, my honorable mentions, I think the Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero moment at WrestleMania 20. And then, pwede ko rin i-pick yung Undertaker retirement at WrestleMania 33. Yung, ano pa? I think the WrestleMania streak at WrestleMania 30. Tapos yung Hogan at saka Rock at WrestleMania 18 ba yun? 17 or 18? Yun, yung kay Rock at saka kay Hogan. Grabing moment yun. And of course, yung shooting star press ni Brock kay Kurt Angle ng WrestleMania 19. But my biggest or my top WrestleMania moment for me is I think WrestleMania 21. So, dito na nag-umpisa yung new era ng WWE. WrestleMania 21. So where Batista defeated Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship, and then John Cena defeated JBL for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 21. Para sa akin, itong dalawang moment na to, hindi nyo man siya makakonsider as top tier WrestleMania moments. But para sa akin, itong moment na to, sobrang smooth nitong moment na to. Para sa akin lang. Kasi, I think, dito na nag-urge dito na nagbunga yung WrestleMania or yung ruthless aggression sa WrestleMania na to. Hindi sa 20, hindi sa 19, hindi sa 22, at lalong hindi sa 23. Para sa akin, sa 21 talaga nagkumpisa yon. Also, sa WrestleMania 21, pwede ko rin i-mention siguro na yung first Money in the Bank match na nakuha ni Edge. Siyempre, ayun, nandun. Kaya, pinili ko tong WrestleMania 21. Indeed, one of the best WrestleManias nga kung tutusin. Ang downside lang siguro sa akin dito yung kay Big Show. So, yeah. Yan lang may thoughts about my top WrestleMania moments. Para lang humaba yung episode na to, syempre. So, kung may top, syempre, may worst din. So, let's start with my top 3. So, actually, wala akong script dito. Patunay, wala akong script. May guide lang ako. Pero, iniisip ko lang talaga kung ano yung maiisip ko na moments ba yan. So, I'm going to start. So, my worst WrestleMania moments is ito. I'm going to start with WrestleMania 20. Wait. I think that's 27. That's John Cena and The Miz for the WWE Championship. Sobrang lala ng moment na yun. Or even the whole pay-per-view is sobrang lala. Grabing moment. Hindi lang moment dapat yung pinili natin eh. Kasi majority of this whole pay-per-view sucked. This WrestleMania suck, in my opinion. Sobrang lala doong mga nangyari about this WrestleMania. And if papanoorin ko ulit to, hindi ko na papanoorin. Hindi ko na papanoorin, seriously. Kahit may network ako, I'm not going to watch this shit on the network or Peacock. Because it suck. Most specifically, The Rock hosting WrestleMania. Of course, he ruined The Rock and Miz match at WrestleMania 27. That thing sucked, in my opinion. So that's why I picked my number 3. That's The Miz versus John Cena at WrestleMania 27. My top 2 for worst WrestleMania moments is also featured The Rock. I guess ito yung WrestleMania 32. Isa sa mga moments, syempre, ng WrestleMania 32 noon, syempre madaming worst din spots doon, is itong kay Rock na to. So, we got a 6-second match. We got a typical shit on The Rock as usual. And we got a burial actually of the Wyatt family, I guess, on that WrestleMania. So that's why I choose this stuff as one of the most ridiculous story or ridiculous WrestleMania moments na napanood ko on the network and Peacock if you're going to watch this stuff on Peacock. And of course, may top worst WrestleMania moment. Para sa akin, I'm going to pick one. I think if pipili ako ng WrestleMania moment na malala talaga, pwedeng piliin ko yung Team Teddy versus Team yung Team Teddy at saka Team I don't remember who the fuck he is. Si John Laurinaitis ata yan. Basta Team John versus Team Teddy Long in a match at WrestleMania 28. Sobrang lala nung laban na yun. Wala akong masabing iba. Pwede rin ako mag-mention ng iba pang WrestleMania moments siguro. Number worst. So, I'm going to start with WrestleMania 26. So, yan yung grabing shit na yung women's match featuring Vicky Guerrero. And then WrestleMania 27, yung dalawa pang match doon, yung Team Core versus Nexus. or Team Core versus Big Show, etc. And then, pwede rin natin piliin yung moment na yung kay, Kadarsans, hindi Kadarsans. Kay, kaya basta sino yung Kadarsan yun? I don't remember who the fuck she is. Basta, yun. Kadarsan, ayoko na isipin yun. Basta, every time I think about that stuff, it sounds ridiculous. Pwede ko rin i-mention pa yung, I guess, Mayweather and Big Show, and also WrestleMania 21, kaya Bono and the Big Show. It sounds ridiculous in the side of Big Show para sa akin. And then, yung ano pang pwede natin i-mention. So, yung once in a lifetime kuno, WrestleMania 28, Rock and John Cena. At WrestleMania 29. Yan, mga worst WrestleMania moments na sobrang lala na hindi natin inasahan na magiging, oh shit. Basta yan. And then, we're going to talk about the best and the worst WrestleMania. I'm going to pick one per WrestleMania. Nasabi ko na yung worst ko, of course, that's WrestleMania 30. WrestleMania 30, 27, 30 tuloy. Basta 27, that's my worst WrestleMania na napanood ko ever. And then my best WrestleMania, actually binase ko to sa hindi lang concept sa naging outcomes and sa overall. I'm going to choose WrestleMania 33 kasi maganda yung concept. Some matches are good. Tapos meron ding moments syempre na maganda, pangit, and halo-halo yung emotions on that WrestleMania. So that's why I love this WrestleMania. If I'm going to pick honorable mentions na best WrestleMania, I can pick WrestleMania 20 or 20. Wait lang. Sa worst, I can pick WrestleMania 25 or 28. Di pwede 28 kasi maganda rin ang 28. I can pick 32 as the worst then. And yan, ganun lang yung nakikita ko if I'm going to talk about the best and the worst WrestleMania ever. Or sa best then, pwede ko din piliin yung WrestleMania X7 kasi sobrang ganda din ng mga laban on WrestleMania 17. And then, if we're going to talk about the best WrestleMania match ever, syempre, easy. Sobrang easy para sa akin. Yung one-on-one na walang specialty shit, I can pick ano pa ba? I can pick Stone Cold versus The Rock series anytime of the day. No bullshit. Yun talaga. One of the best WrestleMania moments and WrestleMania matches na napanood ko siguro. Worst WrestleMania matches or WrestleMania match? Sabi ko na. Basta yun na yan. Backread yun na lang kung yung first WrestleMania match ko kasi na-mention ko din dyan. So, let's move on. Sino yung Mr. WrestleMania na for me? Obviously, Mr. WrestleMania is Shawn Michaels. Currently, or present. But my new Mr. WrestleMania para sa akin is Seth Rollins. I don't know why. Basta I think if every time I'm going to think about WrestleMania, it's Seth Rollins. Or even Roman Reigns. I can pick Roman Reigns. And at the end of the day, hindi ko pwedeng i-pick si Drew kasi si Drew pangatlong WrestleMania na pa lang. So, na dire-diretso. So, I think hindi si Drew. So, if we're going to talk about Miss WrestleMania, it's obviously Charlotte Flair. Easy, Charlotte Flair. Kahit wala siya sa WrestleMania this year, I can pick Charlotte any time of the day because halos lahat ng matches ni Charlotte sa WrestleMania is superb. Wala akong masabi. And then, bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating predictions, I want to remind you guys na parating na din yung malapit na yung sale ng Lazada. Kasi may katatapos lang noong birthday sale ng Lazada. We're going to have 5-5 as well sa Lazada. So, please use my link. So, that's tinyurl.com/LazadaPH2 or wait lang. So that's tinyurl.com/tmtgspxlazadaph2. Again, that's tinyurl.com/tmtgspxlazadaph2. Wait a minute. Porket wala akong edit sa mga episodes na to, nag-jinx na ako lagi. Ang hirap. And then also, bago ko makalimutan, get 50 pesos off when you place your first delivery with Mr. Speedy. Na pwede nyo gamitin yung code ko. So that's Mr. Speedy XTMTGSP. Again, that's Mr. Speedy XTMTGSP. And you will get 50 pesos off when you place your first delivery with Mr. Speedy. You can book your delivery on Mr. Speedy by mrspeedy.ph or download their app from the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, and the Huawei App Gallery. Mr. Speedy is available in Metro Manila, nearby provinces, Cavite, Laguna, Rizal, I guess, if available na, Cebu, and other nearby provinces. So, yeah. Also, bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating WrestleMania predictions kasi mahaba pa yun. So, ito na. We're going to talk about WrestleMania right now. So, we have a bunch of matches at WrestleMania 37. And for the first time since WrestleMania 36, for the second time ever, we're going to get a 2-night WrestleMania. So, that's Sunday and Monday, Manila time. So, the host of WrestleMania this year is not a bullshit talent. Hindi gaya ni Gronk. So, we're going to get Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil, both Hall of Famers. I guess kay Titus as a Warrior Award winner. Basta it still count. Count pa din yan. So, we're going to talk about WrestleMania 37 predictions right now. So, we're going to start with the tag team turmoil. So, that's Lana and Naomi, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, the Riot Squad, and Natalia and Tamina, with the winner will face the champions at night 2 of WrestleMania 37. So, I think, in my opinion, Riot Squad deserves the win. But, I think magna-no contest tong match na to. Or Lana and Naomi, pwede din. Basta in my opinion, I think that's Lana and Naomi or Riot Squad. And then let's move on to other match. So that's a steel cage match between Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon. This is the stupid storyline. Easy. Braun Strowman. No reason. And then, from SmackDown, we're going to talk about Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. Pagandahan ng suit every week on SmackDown. So, I can pick Cesaro any time of the day. But since Rollins lost last year, I think Rollins will win this time. And then, let's move on to the Raw Tag Team titles. That's the New Day, Kofi, and Saber Woods versus AJ Styles and Omos. Ito yung debut match ni Omos as a ring competitor. I think if retain to, dahil to kay AJ, they can retain the titles though. But I think Omos will get the win. And for the AJ Styles though, I think Grand Slam na to for AJ. And then, let's move on to other match. So that's Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus the team of The Miz and Morrison. I think, in my opinion lang, Miz and Morrison will lost, obviously. So, ito, easy lang to. Damian Priest and Bad Bunny will get the win and the WrestleMania moment. And then, let's move on to the co-main event of WrestleMania. Gusto ko talaga mag-main event to actually. But since they built this storyline like crap, for the past 2 months. I think hindi na siya worth it main event. So that's Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Bailey, ito rin nasabi ko. So for the SmackDown Women's Championship, I think Sasha will retain. Belair can get other WrestleMania moments or other spots after WrestleMania, but not this time. Sasha is 0-4, I guess, at WrestleMania. 0-4? Oh, 0-4. Sobrang lala ng record ni Sasha na yun. I think, tama ba? Oh, tama. 0-4, basta yan. 32, 33, 34, 35. Hindi, 0-5 na pala. Sorry guys, 0-4. If 0-4 tama, if i-exclude natin yung 34. So since WrestleMania pa rin yun, 0-5. Yan. Yeah. So I think Sasha will retain. And then, the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. So it's Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. In my opinion, guys, I want Lashley to retain, to be honest. But since ito nga yung WrestleMania match na sa tingin ko sinasabi nila na gusto lang nila manalo si Drew dito para magkaroon siya ng moment with crowd. In my opinion, it sucks. In my opinion. Na isipin natin na Drew will win this thing because of the WrestleMania crowd. Sobrang cheap ng reason na yan. I want Lashley to retain, to be honest, nang walang katulong. King Corbin, manahimik ka dyan. Putang ina mo. Basta, as long as retain, I'm good at it. If Drew mananalo, I'm good at it. As long as we're going to give a awesome fight at WrestleMania, we're good. Yun lang. Actually, I want Lashley to retain, to be honest. And so yan, let's move on to other stuff for WrestleMania Night 2. Let's start with the women's tag team titles. So sabi ko nga, sa una kong prediction sa Night 1, ang predict ko dito is Lana and Naomi or yung Riot Squad. So, I think regardless of that bullshit, Shayna and Nia Jax will retain the women's tag team titles. Or if Lana and Naomi siguro mananalo, baka maka-upset, malay nyo, since binuburo na nila yung storyline since November, October, I guess. For Lana and Naomi, ganon. Parang binuburo nila yung moment na yon. So, yeah. And then, so, that's Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with Logan Paul. Actually, on that note, maybe ito na yung pinaka-worst na Owens versus Sami Zayn story. Kasi parang number 1 pilit, number 2 ba't may Logan Paul, ba't may bullshit yan. Number 3, para saan to? Rush lang? Joke lang? Ha? Masyado tayo naglalokohan dito, seriously. So, but I think Owens will get this win, in my opinion. Owens. I'm done with this bullshit. And then, let's move on with Matt Riddle versus Sheamus for the United States Championship. So, since nanalo si Sheamus on an episode of Raw against Riddle, I think Riddle will win this thing for WrestleMania purposes. Yeah. Yun. And then, yung Nigerian drum fight between Big E and Apollo Crews, the new Apollo Crews, Nigerian drum fight for the Intercontinental Championship. In my opinion, I want Apollo to win. At the same time, I want Big E to win. Ito yung example of WrestleMania matches na sobrang nat-turn ako mag-desisyon. Kasi ayoko mawala yung momentum ni Apollo. And I think ayoko rin masira yung push ni Big E, I guess. So, I think ayoko mo na i-predict, but I want Apollo to win, to be honest. I want Apollo Crews to win this thing. And yeah, yun. And then, let's move on with the women's title for Raw. So that's Asuka versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. I think Asuka will win this thing. Rhea, marami pa siyang moments na pwede makuha sa WrestleMania. But I think Asuka will win this thing. And Asuka needs the win though. Yun. And then, let's move on with The Fiend versus Randy Orton. Di pa natin alam kung anong stipulation itong match na to. But I think wala siyang stipulation. So, as long as may stipulation to, I think The Fiend will win this thing. Regardless of the stipulation or not. The Fiend will win this thing. And please, tapusin niyo na to up to WrestleMania kasi naumay na rin ako dito. And finally, our main event for this year's WrestleMania is gonna be the Royal Rumble winner. That's Edge. And then the so-called Mr. Tap Out, Daniel Bryan. And the Tribal Chief, the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. In a triple threat match for the WWE Universal Championship. I think it's either Daniel Bryan or Roman Reigns. I don't think Edge will win this thing. As far as the story concerns, I don't think I don't think Edge will win this thing. But if Edge wins this thing, well, good. But Roman or Edge or Bryan, Roman or Bryan must win this thing. So Roman, he can protect the title though, or yung gimmick niya ngayon nasa the Tribal Chief. And at the same time, pwede niya ma-protect si Edge na pwede makatalo kay Roman or kay Bryan anytime soon. Or Edge can beat Bryan for the title and maproprotektahan si Roman. So, ganun yung logic eh. So, for sure, that's either Roman or Bryan para sa akin. Basta, I want Roman to win or Bryan. Pero ang nakikita ko talaga, Edge. Edge yung mananalo dito. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this year's WrestleMania predictions. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below sa ating WrestleMania threads, sa mga posts natin for WrestleMania. Marami tayong post na thread for this year's WrestleMania. And, yan, yeah. For the final promotions, remember, meron tayong promo for Pipe Network. So that's sa Lakas at Bacanse in Batangas City. If gusto nyo ng swimming or vacation for your family, for your friends, magbakasyon kayo sa Lakas at Bacanse. That's 2 hours away from Batangas City. And I think may enjoy nyo yung moments nyo with your family, with your friends. And if gagamitin nyo po yung code ko, that's TMTGSP, you will get 300 pesos discount for your book at La Casa Bacanse. So visit pipenetwork.co/lacansabacanse. So, also nga pala, bago ko makalimutan, sa Sunday, nga pala, April 11, kahit wala ako sa stream, kino-confirm ko na I'm not going to be part of the stream because it's WrestleMania season. Pipe Network, we have a raffle. Of course, raffle. Check Pipe Network's Facebook page for more details doon sa raffle. Madali lang naman yung instructions as far as I'm concerned. And, yeah, yun. Please support all of the podcasts of Pipe Network. So, yan, yeah. So that's it for today's episode. Follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TMT Show Pod. And then follow and support Pipe Network on all of the social media platforms at Pipe Network. And then visit pipenetwork.co for more Pipe Network content and Pipe Network shows na pwede nyo po mapakinggan and mapanood on some podcasts, I guess. And then, of course, listen to the podcast every Fridays on all of the social media platforms. I think music platforms, what I mean. Or podcast platforms. So that's Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Anchor. And on the MTV Show Podcast app on the Google Play Store and other podcast platforms, of course. And then, please, follow my social media platforms. So that's at AG Penera. And Yan, that's it for today's episode. Stay safe, stay Wrestle. Happy WrestleMania week. See you on the next episode for the next few days. Yeah, thank you.